Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So salute everybody for tapping on in. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get into this video. As if y'all can hear me, press 1 in the comment section. Again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But press 1 if y'all can hear me, man. I have some news for y'all tonight, man. Unbelievable stuff going on, man. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me in that comments. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all can hear me. All right, salute, man. Yeah, y'all smash the like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. And hit all. That way you guys will get all the updates whenever I release video content. Look, so everybody pretty much knows the whole situation Shedeur Sanders has been going through since the draft started. He's had a lot of people coming out hating on him. Boomer Esiason, Chris Carter, just various people, man. Cornbread, Keyshawn Johnson. The list goes on. They've sent all of these, actors and pretenders after Shedeur Sanders. When the kid is pretty much generally a good kid, not really in trouble, does what he's supposed to do, did his work at school, didn't get any trouble, doesn't have any name or dirt on his name like that at all. And so it's just amazing how they attacked this kid, and how they have gone after him. But they won't tell y'all that it was a dude that was taken that had prior sexual assault allegations against him in the second round of that draft. They won't tell y'all that. Let me say that again. They won't tell y'all that there was a dude taken in the second round of the NFL draft that had been accused of sexual assault in his past. And he had another situation after that. They won't tell y'all that. I know. They won't tell y'all that. Also, they've been continuing to do the Sanders dirty. They basically put out an article, hit piece on Shedeur, and said that Shedeur Sanders basically begged for the job. They basically said that his agent begged to get him signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and trying to further humiliate. They also had the situation where Shedeur Sanders was prank called. We all know what was up with that. Green Tone, Great Tone, you already know what it is. That guy right there on your screen. Yeah, his name. If you look him up, there have been articles about it, but nobody really talked about that. You know what I'm saying? But he got drafted in the second round. Nobody cared. But they all cared about Shedeur Sanders, and, they all had outrage about that, but none of them had outrage about, just things in this guy's past. Just like I said before, man, it's just, selective. They just want to hate on primetime Deion Sanders and his family. But here's the thing that's going on right now, you guys. First of all, today, they did Shedeur dirty even more, where we already know they did the prank on him, where they humiliated him. Then they tried to say, oh, other guys got pranked too. Yeah, where they at? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, they tried to pull that off on Shedeur Sanders, that stunt. And then apart from that, you guys, now they've done the latest stunt. The latest stunt that they've pulled off is that they will not allow him to wear number 2. They gave his number 2 to some dude who never wore number 2 before. Think about that. They're making Shedeur Sanders wear number 12. So they're taking that infamous 2 that he basically branded. You understand what I'm saying? And giving that to somebody else and making him wear 12. You know what I mean? And basically, like I said before, that's just petty shit that y'all doing trying to break the man down. You know what I mean? But if you should do it, like I said before, take it in stride. You know what I'm saying? And you haven't heard him complain about that or none of that stuff. You know what I mean? But they just trying to be funny and do the things they do. But now it's not funny. And the reason why it's not funny is because the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in once again, has just been hit with $100 million lawsuit. Once again, the NFL has just been hit with $100 million lawsuit over the Shedeur Sanders NFL draft slide. Now, according to reports from the fund, and I will absolutely give you guys this update right here because it's well worth it. Everybody that's watching this video, this update is well worth it, right? Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. Uh, it says few, if any, people thought Shedeur Sanders would slide as far as he did in the 2025 NFL Draft. It goes on to say after initial projections had him as a sure fire top three pick. In many cases, number one, the Colorado quarterback was passed on by every NFL franchise nearly 5 times before he was finally selected at 144 by the Cleveland Browns. Not only cost this cost Shedeur Sanders potentially millions of dollars down the road, but according to the Independent, it costs one man his peace of mind. Now, and he is now suing the NFL and seeking damages because of this situation. Now, per the British-born tabloid, a 55-year-old business owner and self-identified Colorado Buff fan has from Georgia, right? Now that's where that team it came from, that assistant coach team. Nah, it's petty what they did to Shedeur Sanders. But it's kind of funny that this guy's from Georgia. He's a Colorado Buffaloes uh you know fan that's from Georgia. And it's funny how the Atlanta Hawks had that situation where Shedeur Sanders was pranked coming out of their organization. So now this fan for Colorado Buffaloes who lives in Georgia is now suing the NFL for $100 million. And he has filed a lawsuit in the United States District Court. Last Friday, he filed his lawsuit, citing emotional distress watching Shedeur Sanders fall all the way to day 3 of the NFL draft. The lawsuit from this John Doe reads, it was immediate frustration. This guy was projected to be the first or second pick, no later than top 5. And to watch mediocre players be chosen before him, it was frustrating. And to have all the NFL owners collude and not draft him, it was mentally frustrating and debilitating. For them to believe that they can just do this and there's no recourse, it has to stop. So everybody else has been talking. This dude stood on business. The anonymous man filing the lawsuit also points to a racial element that justifies his $100 million lawsuit and damages he's seeking against the NFL, arguing that actions and the dissemination of slanderous statements have caused severe and emotional distress and trauma to him, resulting in frustration, disappointment, and psychological harm as a fan. Now, the NFL has got to go to the court against this guy. This guy stood on business. He said, "Forget what the hell everybody else talking about." He sued the NFL. He went right and sued the NFL. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think a lot more people are gonna start doing this. I think a lot more people, once they seen this dude did this, I think a lot more people are gonna start filing lawsuits against the NFL over that whole situation. Because a lot of people felt the way. A lot of people felt the way about that situation. And again, he's saying that there was a racial element. You know what I'm saying? that justifies his $100 million in damages he's seeking, arguing that the actions and dissemination of slanderous statements, which did happen against Shedeur, have caused him severe and emotional distress and trauma, right? Resulting in frustration, disappointment, and psychological harm as a fan, right? Now, you know, again, I told you guys, right? When he talks about the racial element, and everybody says he's, are you serious? Yes, I'm dead serious. He filed a lawsuit, and it's been filed against the NFL. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of the things he's saying in this thing, in this lawsuit, I'm telling y'all this right now, bro. He's saying that the NFL, he said the NFL colluded to not draft Shedeur Sanders where he was supposed to be drafted, and he said it was mentally frustrating and debilitating for them to believe that they can just do that and there's no recourse for it. You know, and a lot of people gonna start standing on business. I'm telling y'all this. Everybody just talking. This dude stood on business, man. Everybody just talking, talking, talking. This dude right here said, "No, I'm gonna file a lawsuit." I feel the way. What they did is it had definitely has a racial element to this. And I'm gonna tell y'all I know where he said that racial element because he gonna say they ain't do that to Eli Manning. That's exactly what he's gonna say. He gonna say Archie Manning was out here. He was a big figure. Eli Manning went and said he wasn't going somewhere, and they still drafted him to the place and traded him where he wanted to go. And it didn't hurt his draft stock or anything. Eli Manning was out there making statements before the draft, which should be have seen as highly unprofessional, right? To come from college making statements about where you gonna go and where you ain't gonna go, right? So now again, this guy, he's actually went and filed this $100 million lawsuit. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. If he wins in court or if he gets a settlement, because they're gonna want to go through, I'm gonna follow this case to see if this goes through discovery process. Because if it goes through discovery process, they might end up doing a deposition of a lot of these guys and trying to figure out what the hell happened behind the scenes. And if that happens, that they find out about that collusion, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of lawsuits raining down on the NFL after this. I'm telling y'all this. I have a feeling right now that since some people have seen him file this lawsuit, it's gonna be a lot more people. Shout out my boy Hot Rod in the building, man. Hot Rod always coming through big time, baby. You already know what it is, man. A real one, bro. Ain't no question about it. You already know what it is, my G. 10 toes down, baby. So I'm just telling y'all this. Shout out my boy Hot Rod, man. I'm telling y'all this though, man. Y'all see this right here? Y'all better find this thing out quick, fast, and in a hurry. You better find this thing out, bro. Because I'm telling you guys, the way this thing is looking right now, y'all, it is gonna be a situation, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely gonna be a situation. And again, like I said before, if this goes to discovery and they have to depose teams, because he's suing the NFL, so they have to depose different teams, get people to give statements under the penalty of perjury. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, you got to speak about all these different situations as far as the draft, your draft process, why Shedeur Sanders was taken off the draft board, all these different things, bro. It could get real ugly. And y'all smash the like button. We should have over 1,000 likes. The like button is free. The like button is the free 99, y'all. You ain't got to pay nothing for the like button. That's the beautiful thing about the like button, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, let's get over almost 1,500 likes, man. We got all these people in here watching. Salute to all of y'all. And I appreciate y'all coming on in. So, again, to the person, Corey Wright says, blacks benefit from the NFL. No, the owners benefit from the black players. They benefit from the white players too, but they benefit from the black players who predominantly, are in the league. Make sure you say that too, Corey, right? When you buck dancing, make sure you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make sure you don't dance too hard. You feel me? And I want to say that to you. So, as I told y'all this, right? And I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. Yeah, I believe that more people will come out and file lawsuits. And here's the thing. it's going to get ugly if they got to be deposed, and these different teams and owners have to answer questions to why Shedeur Sanders was taken off their draft board. Because guess what, y'all? Apparently, according to the reports, Shedeur Sanders' draft grades from most of the teams was having him in the second round. So why did he fall to the fifth round? Why did he fall to the fifth round? Make it make sense. We got to ask this question, right? So I really want y'all to think about that. And let's just be honest about our assessments and how we're looking at this thing, man. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I told y'all again, bro, if this dude gets a settlement, there are going to be a slew of lawsuits. I already think there's going to be more lawsuits against the NFL over this whole situation because people ain't going to forget about that shit, bro. A lot of people's mad about that situation, bro. I don't think the NFL know how many people were really mad about that situation with Shedeur, and they still messing with Shedeur. Like, you can't even give him, you gave somebody else who ain't had the number 2 his whole career. You gave him the number 2, but won't give it to Shedeur. You know Shedeur want that number. Like, y'all dudes is, bro, these dudes is petty, bro. Petty. Petty, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The hate is real. It's okay. You know? The hate is real, man. But once they get hit in their pockets a few times, because I'm going to tell y'all something, and this dude right here that's fighting this lawsuit, salute to whoever that is who filed that lawsuit. Because, you know, he actually doing something about it. He actually going in their pockets, you know, so or trying to go in their pockets because they're going to have to go get a lawyer, and they're going to, the NFL's now going to have to pay for legal fees to fight this case. Straight up. Because the case has been filed. They're going to have to pay for legal fees to fight this case. And they better hope that they don't strike a right judge who allows this case to go to the discovery phase. Because if you go to the discovery phase and they start, like I said, having to depose people, and let's say they depose Roger Goodell, now they're going to ask him this, ask him that. He may try to get records subpoenaed as far as phone records, things like that. He may try to go get that boy's father deposed, that took that or that got that number and prank called Shedeur. He may try to get the son deposed under the penalty of perjury, where they got to testify and give their testimony on all those things that happened. Because he mentions all these different things in the lawsuit, right? And then owners are going to have to give, you know, testimony, and front office people are going to have to give testimony to as why Shedeur Sanders fell to the fifth round in the NFL draft. Why was he pushed this far when he was promoted to be way higher and he was ranked way higher? And we saw players, and they say players that was way lesser than his ability got picked before him. That's going to have to be a whole lot of explaining to do. And you're going to have all these teams, again, potentially send a representative to be deposed in this situation if it goes to the discovery phase, which I hope it does go to the discovery phase. You know what I'm saying? And so this is an issue because now, like I said, that people seen that this dude has filed this lawsuit. What's that going to stop many other people from filing lawsuits against the NFL because of that whole situation and how people felt about that situation? Because that situation genuinely did make a lot of people feel away. So the NFL is going to get it bad if they got to start doling out money to fight these situations. And I'm just telling y'all what it is, bro. I'm telling y'all what it is, man. It's going to be very, 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 you know, spooky if this dude somehow, you know, even if he somehow gets to court with this thing, and the NFL got to go to court and expose themselves with interviews and things like that, that this is going to be very, very, very tricky situation for everybody watching, man. So I think that people need to pay attention and see what's going on. And Danielle, shout out to Olga Turner in the chat room. You said it right. When Trump spoke up and said something, now that really gonna make you look bad. Cause now you got Trump that spoke up and said something against the NFL, white NFL owners. Shit. Shout out to Devon in the Cash App. Shout out to Kaya in the Cash App for y'all for the donations. If y'all want to donate, the link pinned at the top of the chat. Salute to all of y'all. Right? I'm just telling y'all what the real is, though, man. That is the part that's going to get very scary. And I hope people understand what I'm saying. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all. So let's talk about that part. So Yeah, you put up a great comment. You put up a great comment about what you said. That was a great comment, Olga, about what you said because he could use that. He could say, "Hey, man, you even had the president of the United States that came out and spoke against that situation, so you know it had to be something." You know, period. And that's just what it is. To the person who said Trump hates the NFL in real life, didn't I read an article about him going to the Super Bowl? He can't hate on that bad. So they must have amended something along the way, but he damn sure called him out. I saw that online, right? So again, I think this dude case. I mean, if this case gets to the discovery phase, and then these people got to be deposed, y'all, bro, this gonna get real funny now. It's gonna get real fun because now you're gonna have to. These different teams are gonna have to testify, and they're gonna have to explain why and what their draft process was, and why Shedeur Sanders was taken off their draft boards. And then the owners may have to testify to why they took Shedeur Sanders off the draft board. But then, like I told y'all, there was a player taken in the second round. I believe he was taken to the Baltimore Ravens that has a questionable history. How did he get to go in the second round? And he had a questionable history, and he's had allegations against him in the past. But Shedeur Sanders drops to the fifth round with no prior allegations. Shedeur Sanders don't have no, you know, he don't have no criminal cases, criminal allegations, or any of these things. Make it make sense. Shedeur Sanders doesn't have any of that stuff. Then, like I said, when you get to that prank call, they're going to find out. They're going to ask questions, and if they depose these guys. To okay, now you're sworn under oath now. You know what I'm saying? So again, if this dude gets any money out of this settlement, any money, you know what I'm saying? Because if the further this case goes, the NFL might say, look, we might want to settle before they got to go start testifying. You get all those owners that had to go testify. Shit, they might, and then that's gonna rain with people trying to come file lawsuits about the situation. I'm telling y'all this. So it all depends how far the judge allows this thing to go. Does he allow it to go to the discovery phase? Because the NFL may come back and they may say, hey, look, let's settle this out of court. Let's agree to a settlement. And if gets the settlement, next thing you know, they're going to have like a lot of lawsuits about this situation. And so, again, man, that Shedeur situation stood out to everybody, man. Everybody was talking about it. It affected a lot of people that are on social media, online, people who are fans, people who are supporters. It affected a lot of people, you guys. So when you look at it like that, you know, it's one of those situations where it get real around here. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gets real around here when it gets to one of those type of situations. So I think that they better hope, and I'm talking about the NFL, they better hope that they draw the right judge for them to where this doesn't go to the next phase. Because I believe if this goes to the next phase, it's gonna get real ugly. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, you know, for the NFL. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. Uh, and I'm just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, y'all, I need everybody to do something right quick. I put a link at the top of the chat. I need y'all to go subscribe to my other channel. So click that link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all see it right there. It's got a little red dot beside it that says subscribe to my other channel. It's like a little white strip at the top of the live chat. Just click that and click that blue link and go subscribe to my other channel. If y'all could do that for me right now. If y'all have subscribed to my other channel, press 1 in the comment section. If you have clicked that little link I pinned at the top and subscribe to my other channel, press 1 in the comments. And I salute all of y'all. Let me see who went and did that. Salute to everybody who subscribed to my other channel. Yeah, I want y'all to subscribe to my other channel, man. You know, salute all of you guys in the building. Okay, I see all y'all. Sheila, Dwight, Dan, Real Time, Hold Up. All y'all. Mrs. Smith, originally me, Tony, Nikki. I see all y'all. Jeeper, DJ, Bill. Salute to everybody, man. Belinda, Pound Cake Queen, man. Tracy Girl, Raymond, Jonathan, Pro Woman, Jean, Lady, Great Tone. I see all y'all in the building. Southern Breeze, PRNCMEL, Lady JJ, Julian, the Autism Boy, salute. Mario, Torian, Unity, Chloe, Mercy, salute to you. Mr. CT, Katie, Lamont, Bird, salute to you. Mrs. Naturally Nolans, salute. D West, salute, homie. Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate all y'all, man. Yeah, y'all click that link pin at the top, man. Go subscribe to my other channel. Salute to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. You understand? Uniquely beautiful. Salute to you. You already know what's up. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this story, though, with Shedeur Sanders. I'ma holler, man. Y'all scream at me. Go on. All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you gotta do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.